Hello and welcome to Augsburg in southern Germany. I'm in the Automobil Museum Frey, which is the private collection of the Frey family, who are the Mazda franchise holders in this area since the 70s. Walter Frey, the head of the family, he took on the franchise very early on, having been a Lada dealer. He seems to have rather fallen for Mazdas. This is his private collection of cars, now housed in an old tram shed in Augsburg, open to the public, and it shows quite how much of a fan he really is of the brand. This is an absolutely incredible collection of cars, especially for somebody like me who's a bit of a Mazda fanboy. I thought I'd give you a little walk around. You'll have to bear with me, I'm kind of winging it a bit because I haven't got the full history on all of the cars, but I know a little bit about them, so let's have a look and see what we've got. Now then, at the front here is a Group B RX-7. Now these, as I recall, were built by the Belgian importer, I think, and they never quite enjoyed the success of some other Group B cars, but they look cool, and I am willing to bet that they were probably the noisiest cars in Group B. Pretty leery looking, very cool. Complete contrast over here, we have a rotary powered flare-sized tow truck, which I think is pretty damn cool. Got the Frey family logo on the side there, and some rotary branding on the front. Now obviously rotary engines are a big Mazda thing, and there are plenty of examples of them here. Got an early RX-7 and an R130. Now this to me looks a bit like an NSU, which is of course another brand very associated with rotary engines. Elegant looking car. I'm not sure I've ever seen one of those before. This one I know a little bit better. It's obviously an NA MX-5 in Mariner Blue, which I think is the best colour for these. My brother has one in this colour and I'm very jealous. Mine's silver, which is a bit more understated. But yes, Mariner Blue, spot on, very nice indeed. Here we have a very fetching early 1979 RX-7. Very nice indeed. I do quite like, there's a slight Gran Turismo theme about this collection. It is like being in a Gran Turismo garage, but also with the slightly cheesy, easy listening jazz going on. I think they have had the soundtrack done by whoever did the music in Gran Turismo, just for the full effect. Now then, what have we here? This is an Elford Turbo RX-7, which looks pretty cool to me. 160 horsepower, it's a 1983 car. Tastefully modified, I think we'll say, for that one. Over here, an MX-5 Coupe. Now this is a NB Mark II MX-5 Coupe. Mazda's experimented a bit with making coupe versions of the MX-5 over the years. I think they've never quite worked. I think keeping it as a roadster is probably the best thing they've done, although the new folding hardtop one does a pretty decent job. Yeah, an interesting car, but not perhaps the most beautiful MX-5 ever. I like the fact that the collection, although it's got plenty of nice sports cars, it's also got ordinary Mazdas. Nice RX-4 estate, very hipster with its luggage rack on the roof. An RX-3 here, one of the lesser known rotary Mazdas. Over here, this is cool. Autozam AZ1, one of the coolest and maddest K cars ever made. I think I love these. Absolutely tiny. It looks about half the size it should be, or half the size of a normal sports car anyway. It's got a lot. Mad little turbocharged engine, gull-wing doors, crazy looks. Yeah, I like that. Meanwhile over here, more RX-7s, because hey, let's face it, you can never have enough RX-7s. This final one though I just love. I think this is, never mind one of the most beautiful Japanese cars ever made, it's one of the most beautiful sports cars ever made in my book. But I might be slightly biased because I do quite like Mazdas. Lovely thing. Over here, Some more quirky stuff, including this Bongo pickup truck. Very cool. And a Mazda 1000. Now, I've never seen one of these before. From 1966 apparently. It's got a bit of Italian influence about that. You could stick an Alfa Romeo or Lancia badge on that, I reckon, and you'd think it was from Europe, not Japan. Funny little pink delivery truck thing, quite cool. And in complete contrast, this wonderfully sinister Cosmo Coupe. Now this is a triple rotary in this thing. Officially limited to 280 horsepower on the old gentleman's agreement back in the day, but apparently pumping out quite a bit more. I rather like the idea of racing this against some Skylines or Toyota Soras in nighttime Tokyo. Over here, what else have we got? MX-5 Superlight version. I think this is one of the kind of speedster concepts that Mazda has produced on occasion. Quite often see them at SEMA, don't we? Seen a few over the years. That's pretty cool. It's got some Goodwood stickers on the side, so it's obviously a runner. And then this one, never seen one of these before. It's apparently a German market 323 GTR four-wheel drive homologation car for Group A and Group N rallying. I thought I knew my Japanese rally reps, but turns out I don't. Pretty cool. And let's finish over here with the car that I am here to drive, not this very one, that's outside at the moment, mobbed by the Mazda fans, as you might expect. So this is a Cosmo, launched in 1967. So just over 50 years old, and a car that really started Mazda's fixation with rotary engines. Absolutely gorgeous looking thing. I'll talk you around it in a bit more detail when I get a clear run at the car I'll be driving, but there's an anniversary here because 50 years ago Mazda entered the epic Marathon de la Route, which was basically an 84-hour endurance test around Nürburgring. And Mazda wanted to demonstrate the prowess of the rotary engine, so they brought two Cosmos here to Germany and raced them for 84 hours around the Nord- and Südschleife Nürburgring. What an event, absolutely amazing. So yes, we've got a half-century celebration of that, and then as the event goes on, we've got this Mazda Classic Rally in which we'll be leading in the Cosmo. Very excited about that, but I thought I'd whet your appetite with a bit of a tour around the collection just to get you in the mood for what is going to be a bit of a Mazda extravaganza.